scaling damage. And I think this is the only pick left.
You know, I feel like it's an interesting one because the Gnar into Aatrox matchup, we've seen good Aatrox is able to play that matchup. You know, when Pina goes for a gank like that, you need to be stealing away camps, because if you let the Lilia just run away with the matchup, she will get really far ahead with how quick she clears.
So much vision and prio here for Hanwha Life. I mean, I think this might just be a shoe-in. Canyon does not have level 6.
Taking him on a danger. A poke, and now Chovy the same. He's gonna get the sleep off, but he's not in a great spot here. Knows that Zeka's cooldowns are down for now, trying to bait him in. Flashes at the very last moment, but you're not really giving your team any favors here, as Canyon trying to fake go in with the clone. Might just be able to steal this one away, and yes, he will, as he even flashes out of here. So Gen.G living for now, as the bowling ball going to land asleep here on the top side against Zeka, as they're barely going to try to survive, but it doesn't look like Canyon is getting out of this one alive. Should be first blood over to Hanwha Life Esports after Canyon steals the dragon, and they will give that kill over to Viper.
When Canyon went in that pit, he knew he wasn't getting out. He knew that he was sacrificing himself. He put his hand up, and I think he was happy to get the dragon secure for that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, this is really high value. I think that on this next dragon, they really need to make something happen.
All right, well,
Peanut's looking for something topside.
Yeah, let's see what he can do. Might be able to get the sleep in on a ruler, but the wave is already being cleared. Do they care about it, as the Braum trying to zone them away, and that's going to be a kill on the Rakan already. Another flash comes out from Peanut, but at least Viper gets the kill, but not a very pretty dive at that. Zeka down a level here, just bullying Chovy in the mid lane. As now we've got Canyon, total darkness here on the right side. Zeka is moving away from him,
but not behind. And right now, 700 gold isn't enough behind for me to say it's not okay, right? If they can continue to hold on to these dragons, continue to force these fights on their terms, threaten kills, then it's still fine. It's when they lose a big fight that's when you should start worrying if you're a Gen.G fan. They have Prio on the streak right now. Chovy coming over.
Yeah, TP. Keen could be in a precarious spot.
Gonna throw in the sleep, actually, and that time Duro is able to keep Ruler safe, but not for long as the Tarn comes in. But now the counter engage, and Viper just dies! He was 1 second away from his ult, didn't have it in the fight, and now the damage is coming through here for Gen.G, as Chovy nearly gonna miss Zeus there, but he's still on the chase, and this is what the Zoe does. Trying to follow up and get even more. We're zooming in on him. He's got the Battlestar looking for it. He's not going to be able to hit it, as barely Hanwha Life Esports just limp away from this fight.
Canyon's super low, but the Leandri's
ults are being banned a lot. It makes it so much harder for like a Xayah to function when they're always just on cooldown.
I like this from Keen, trying to bait him into the fight, trying to give him a false sense of security here on the Mega Gnar, trying to avoid the Gnar into the wall. Is Canyon doing a ton of damage here already, as now the Gnar comes out, but might be too little too late, as well. Canyon's going to get the kill, but it is traded back. This does give Keen the free wave in top, but
as a turret as well.
They are pushing bot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you'll take this as HLE. Again, this turret's very healthy, and the bottom turret goes down. You got the kill back anyway. Sure, some assist gold goes over as Chovy.
Yeah, I think, you know, this is what I was talking about on the counter push. As Zoe, it's so hard. You can be in so much trouble if you get over aggressive, and now they're looking for more. Duro just barely, okay, he's going to get charmed up, and I think they've got the damage here with the Jace. And there you go, very nice juggling of the aggro, as here comes Ruler. He doesn't have flash, and he's alone.
Yeah, he decides against the one after another to go into the play. Duro trying to save his mid lane, ends up getting punished for it, and Chovy just overstepping there, trying to get a bit of damage.
Trickier, as this is going to be potentially another turret to take a charge at least. Hanwha Life going to use this Herald instead rather than committing to the turret itself to grab Dragon. This might be Gen.G's last real even team fight they get. Canyon has flash and ult, and I think he has to be a hero here if they're going to commit.
Yeah. Mega Gnar coming through, and it's a straight up 5v5. There's the Mega Gnar, and Keen looking for the flank, and it's just going to go to a flip. It goes to Canyon, but let's take a look at this fight, as Canyon taking a bunch of damage, but Pino went way too deep, not able to quite get the sleep off, as now Keen taxing Zeus out of this fight. Hanwha Life in a bunch of trouble, as now they have nowhere to go. The sleep comes down on a Viper, and the chase potential of this comp shines. They take out the Xayah. It's now Canyon looking for a bit more. Keen as well here with Duro, and they might just be able to do it. Zeka trying to play bodyguard, but he might be punished himself, has to flash out, and Gen.G finally find the angle.
And Canyon's smites have just been so good. I mean, the fight as well was winning, but his smites have been so on point. I feel like the confidence to go for these plays. Peanut tries to make him pay for it. but it's Gen.G who come through strong just when they need to.
And Zeus is trying to
Yeah,
zone
that's a
it.
massive fight here for Gen.G. I mean, they're in this game. They have 3 dragons. Cloud Soul gonna be feeling fantastic for their composition.
I mean, Cloud Soul with the Wukong is massive.
Every champ. Every champ loves it on the side of Gen.G. And now we got Viper just trying to do a red buff, and he's going to be punished, and Zeus comes in here. Hanwha Life falling apart, and Gen.G playing guerrilla warfare. Hanwha Life don't quite have the answer. That's a free kill on a Viper who's really struggling into this comp.
And Viper, I feel like the most consistent member on HLE throughout this season is being punished again and again on one of the safer
As well. Chovy the target here, but his spacing is good. Now they've kind of broken this open, though. Delight's on a cool angle.
Yeah, it really just comes down to what the approach is going to look like on this fight, because it could be the Jace getting big damage, or it could be the Zoe getting the big damage from the 2 mid laners, which was a very key matchup in this series.
They're playing around this wave so well.
Okay, Zeus going to be pulled back here. Kind of awkward for him.
That's a lot of damage, you know. We got some poke from Zeka on a Chovy as well, so that was positive, but Gen.G just starting up the dragon as quick as they can.
Zeus is going to have to TP back in, and this is the timing I was talking about. Gen.G is starting to get a little bit antsy. The poke is landing. There's that TP.
Yeah, a bit more poke coming down.
Oh, the sleep!
Yeah, the sleep is going to catch him. He is able to hop away.
His Mega's in such a good spot.
Take away some of the ability of him to engage. Another sleep going to hit onto the Rakan, who does just hop away, and this is what I'm talking about. The burst comes in the second you hop back. Chovy has to make these paddle stars count.
Delight
he has
on
to
the
start
angle.
hitting some stuff.
Could look for the charm into the back line. Zeus uses his Meganar, he has to. And now it's going to expire. There's an angle here for Gen.G in this interim. They have to really be aware of Peanut, though. A big sleep could be a game changer. And it's a poke war.
Yeah, the poke war is beginning. HLE do have position on this objective. Enduro getting pretty low himself. Zeus gets over the wall, but that's not Meganar as they turn immediately on Zeus. He's getting burst down, but down will go Canyon immediately, and the spike goes to HLE as it's a broken up fight here for Gen.G. 2 people go into the back line, and one of them immediately gets burst down. Just going way too deep to try to catch people out. Chovy looking for the follow-up picks. Maybe he's able to catch Zeus here, but no, Zeus is going to walk out. And the Braum not able to catch him either. He is going to try to flash, though, and in goes Ruler, and finally does take him down. Gen.G at least get the Gnar on the back of that.
Yeah, HLE with the Dragon, definitely big. They were able to secure that one, but a 1-for-1 at the end of things. That being said, Zeus is down for a long time without TP. Ruler? So Canyon's going to be up soon. Zeus down for a long time without TP, so I wonder if they can try and get some pressure maybe around Arakan on the back of this, or if they'll just slow
her at bay and continue to win the neutral. And that forces Gen.G to eventually go for a harder engage, and Wukong is really their best bet for that. And I think Hanwha played so well around it, but this is still such an incredibly close game. I mean, it's going to be an Otacon attempt here for Gen.G. No vision for Hanwha, but they're rushing over.
Guro has TP, so he's going to TP over. And it's just going to come down to this. The sleep not going to hit anyone. And teams all day have been throwing on the Otacon. Is it going to happen again? As they zone Zeus away. He doesn't have the Mega just yet. He really wants it, but the reset comes through on the Otacon. And Delight has to hop away. We're going to reset ourselves in the fight.
Here we go again. And Zeka's got another Shock Blast at the ready. He hits with it. It's just going to be Canyon.
Yeah, Canyon not the best target to hit with that one. But better than nothing, I suppose, and it's just going to come down to this one. Goes over to the Wukong, and Delight goes in, but nobody follows up as the Braum gets the disengage through. Peanut getting no value on this Lilia. They're just trying to abandon Sip, but Gen.G have other ideas. They catch up to the Gnar, and that'll be the first pick on top of the Otacon that they just got, and they're looking for more. Delight looks like he will be able to hop away, but now Gen.G have their sights set on this Baron. Oh, if you're going to look for Delight here, Canyon going in, I feel like maybe just turn on the objective.
Yeah, that costs them a lot of time, and it's a flash down for the Wukong now, but I mean, maybe Hanwha Life will be able to punish. It's a big maybe. Viper still has ult and sums.
Not even going for it.
I think this is the safe time here that Jace Poke needs to keep landing.
I mean, this might just turn into a flip, but Chovy's going to go in and do a bunch of damage, and now the culling comes through. Viper is just kind of out of the fight. Even the Ignite from the Zoe is enough. It goes over to Peanut, but now the fight comes through, and Peanut barely survives.
He still has his ult.
Keen once more. kind of corralling them here. The engage from the Aatrox, not the best, but it's going to keep them around. And now Ruler gets an opportunity to get in, and that'll be the end of Zeka as he gives his life, but so does Viper. And now, one by one, they are falling. And Gen.G pick up 3. They lose the Drake, but they take a massive fight.
Yeah, instantly pings on the Baron, and
just to secure it 100%. And if it's 5 against 2, they definitely can't. Zeka, it's 10 seconds away. This is just going to be gone.
And Peanut, I don't think an ult is going to change anything here. If he goes for it, it will be.
Oh, they like TPing actually.
Yeah, we got TP coming through, but that's a sleep immediately onto him. Peanut TP. Peanut doesn't have his flash. He can't get in. It's Baron over to Gen.G as we assumed. But now a second TP comes in and a second sleep from the Zoe. And you're not really finding very much value. They need to get something Hanwha life here. But we're going over the wall, and even Chovy's looking for more. Just taxing them out with some extra damage.
Right now in this game, and HLE are really struggling with how to deal with him.
Yeah, there was... there were only really 2 targets for the Jace, and now there's 0. Viper taking a huge amount of damage, and we talked about poke all game long with the Zoe and the Jace, but the Lucian is doing the most damage here in the poke war because this culling is a lot more reliable, and it's very difficult to get away. So Ruler very much doing his job as the poke Lucian essentially to get them some big wins.
I mean, there's just there's no outplay here for Hanwha. Like, there's no flanks, there's no teleport wards. You just got to sit back and try to clear the wave and hope Gen.G overextend. There's no way for Peanut to wrap around. Another sleep connects as the siege is unreal here for Gen.G. Chovy's poke lands again, and now 2 inhibitors are under threat.
Yeah, I don't think that Hanwha Life have an answer to this one. The Gen.G fans are already celebrating. They can taste the victory, and just 3 games ago, they thought...
Like that, a miracle is what they need.
Yeah, they're looking for something. They're trying to connect. They're trying to find an angle. You can see them running at Dura and Ruler.
And you see that Gen.G, all they got to do is respect. As in goes the Meganar, Zeus gets interrupted, and the damage comes through. The engage is not snap, and it doesn't do much of anything. The sleep only hits the Wukong, and maybe they get it as a consolation prize. Canyon goes in, keeps them around.
They're so split here. Zeus is incredibly low. Viper the target.
Okay, they're going in onto a Xayah with Cleanse. Not sure about this target, Gen.G, and take a look at Ruler.
He's just ending the game.
He's just running at the base. Nobody's able to stop this from happening. And Ruler might just get it done. He's got Chovy over here, and Ruler just able to turn and take the fight. He is so fed. And there's nothing that Mininar can do about it. There's nothing that Peanut can do about it. As Gen.G more than 10,000 gold ahead. They take down the turrets, but the health bars are pretty low.
Ekka's back, and I think they're really judging this very carefully.
Ruler's healing up.
They got the BT, and yeah, the Meganar is just going to be zoned away. The Sonya's picked up by Chovy. Ruler trying to chip away at the Nexus, might just be able to do it right here, right now, and it looks like they have done it. Delight can't get it done, and with a smile on his face, Gen.G, Chovy,